Hey guys, leaves are starting to come in here. Middle of May almost, whatever today is, Wednesday. The 555, the triple nickel would not have been a popular or well-seen machine up here. That'd be an oddball. Maybe in the 60s and that, they would have the 955s doing that, the old H's. That machine is too small to be super effective, so not coastal anyways. The old 890. They made a 990 as well. I sat in them as a kid. They used to have them at Old Coast Tractor in Port Coquitlam back in the day. The odd one back there. Huge things. Lots of tail swing, much like a 235. And if you're all this noise, this cat trying to get out of here. There it is. My daughter brought home a cat a while back. I like animals, but the thing is glued to me because I'm always around. It likes me more than I like it almost. I locked its kitty doors because it meows and pestering me. It'd be laying on top of this presentation. Chip trailer. A portable sawmill back then meant a whole different thing than now. That meant you'd have a big Detroit skid-mounted power pack, engine, yeah, like this, a whole semi-truck and high-ups, big setup, conveyors, power plants, belts. Today, portable sawmill means you get your little pickup truck and a tow hitch. You're cutting logs in 30 minutes. That's a lot of undercarriage for one of those old ones. In 1982, the thumbs hadn't really come in big time then yet. They were just sort of one above experimental. That's a lot of grousers on there. It's probably a road builder. It's all fish bladed there, down here. C500. Super cool trucks. Twin steering boxes, heavy duty everything. And there's what our brush rakes look like here. Most of them were made by Weldco Beals or JH Beals, John Beals. That was the shape of them. Way different than the Southern American ones that pin onto the blades. These are full on, and those are solid, like 2.5 inch solid. They're good rakes. We had one on our D7. That just looks like even back then it would have been a gray market import machine. Like they did have stuff like that in Japan, and although 2-block was a North American canopy maker, the pyramid pads didn't show up too much around here. Usually was offshore. I think a lot of these 700s, some of them, all of them, a bunch of them, they had the Mac V8. Apparently had tons and tons of horsepower, but last I ever heard in the 90s or early 2000s, they were crazy expensive to rebuild. They're a weird sounding engine too. Sound a little bit like they're broken. And last one out of 3. 1995. I wouldn't call that history. I'd call that just recent past. Those became the green colored very shortly after. Well, probably, I don't know exactly. I'm sure by 80, 89, 90, or, I mean, that's a guess. I don't know. They became the Timberjack lineup. I think didn't Deere swallow up Timberjack? Or? Some brute force there. Never buy a -2, never buy a -3. The electrical systems are junk. They're way too ahead of their time for their time. Not much here. Not much here. Last page. And there we go. Caught up for another week.